Welcome back, Totem Pole Nation. We are live here in the south side of St. Petersburg. I got my main man in Central Florida, Johnny Bottles, and I got your favorite coach off of Route 10, Coach Taylor. What's going on? How we doing this morning, fellas?
John, I'm just glad to be here with Johnny.
I'm just glad to be here with you.
We love it, and I'm telling y'all, here's the deal with me. Like some days I'll be feeling down. Some days I'll be feeling like, man, you know what? I'm not feeling this. And then something happens, and I'm like, wow, dude, like, what are you doing? Like one day I came to school and I have first period off, but then I have to sit in a room and teach for I got to teach from like 9:30 to 3. So I had to go to a meeting, and I was like, oh crap, I got to do a meeting first period. I'm gonna lose my first period. And I was feeling sorry for myself. And then I go to this meeting, and it's about a young lady. She's a freshman in my class, and this girl has moved 27 times in her life, and she was in foster care, and not one day would I ever have known that she moved from another state or she was in foster care and been in the system and moved 27 times. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're feeling sorry for yourself? Like yesterday, I felt sorry for myself. I had to get good counsel whispered in my ear by Coach Ball because I was stalking a guy in Hotel California. And I had to do the podcast with the Nottaway softball team. And Johnny, those girls loved it. That coach loved it. They appreciated it. I got them to shout out their favorite celebrity. Morgan Wallen is overwhelmingly the favorite. And those girls loved it, Johnny. So, Johnny, have you ever felt the same way? I mean, it was awesome to give back, to see how much they appreciated Totem Pole.
I can't really say I felt the same way because I'm not a tutor. I'm not a teacher like you. I don't teach people anything. You see transformative people, transformative experiences once a week, couple times a week with these kids that you work with, where some of them turn their lives around completely and live full and productive lives once they move through the system and graduate and all that. And yeah, I'm sure you're proud of whatever life experiences you can impart on them. For me personally, for appreciation, I guess I always appreciated being a parent, especially a step parent. I was a step parent to 2 kids, a parent to 2 of my own, and I just to see how much they appreciate when you do things for them, take care of them, try to instruct them, on that sort of level of being a relative in-house in your family living with you. It's quite something to see. It really is, but it's more so over time. You've got a limited window with the kids, so I can see how, being a coach, being a teacher, that would be very, very informative to your beliefs inside, where you would think to yourself, I'm really making a difference here. I mean, I think my day's going bad. I've turned it around and gave someone else a great day, so I feel good about that.
And that's what we're doing with life lessons, ain't it, Coach Ball?
Yeah, man.
Coach Ball, you were a step parent. You are a step parent, and you raised those kids like they were your own, didn't you?
Oh man, absolutely. With myself, growing up, for most of my years with, just a mom really there to kind of take care of me and everything. You kind of learn. I didn't really know what to do, but I just know what I missed and I knew what not to do. You know what I mean? You need to learn from people, whether it's, you learn good from them or you learn bad from them. You know what I mean? You need to know what to do and what not to do. And yeah, like that was the thing, man. When we first started dating, she had 2 daughters, 13 and I believe 17. And, I tower over most people. I'm 6'4", and I got a look that's already a little bit scary, I would guess, or people have told me. So yeah, man, the last thing I'm gonna do is frown or look upset or be an opposing physical person towards them. You know what I mean? And so yeah, man, with them, it was amazing because I got to be everything that I always wanted to be and wish I could be. And man, big hugs, or sometimes they're the only answer. A big old hug, when something is done wrong, and hey, a big hug, and well, we're going to learn from this, and our message of the day is unconditionally. And that's what our lesson is today. And there is something so beautiful about having long-term friends that have witnessed multiple versions of you and have loved you unconditionally through each version. And Coach Taylor, he knows me better than I know myself sometimes, and
Right.
he's seen the lowest of the low from me, and he sees what we're doing now, and it's awesome to be on this journey, with him. And there's other friends of mine that have also been at some very dark levels before. One of my best friends, Howard, my best friend Jesse Wasaki, my best friend Jared Lover, my best friend Coach Lee Spickerman. All these guys that I have known, lifers. My man Jimmy Hines. All these guys have seen me go through the worst, and they love what I'm doing right now. So it's a process, and man, it's just unconditionally. What do you got there, Coach? I see you flashing something. Is it
We
coffee?
what Ant Harris, who's a graduate of LC Bird, he's been in the NFL for probably 10 years. He plays for the Eagles. He had a camp over July 4th, and he had some of this for the kids. BYLT, Beyond Your Limit Training. All right, it is it's a it's like to rehydrate you, but it doesn't have the sugar amount. I mean, it's 80 calories in one bottle. Um, but this stuff right here, man, Totem Pole Nation tagged this company and their owner, and he retweeted us, man. He showed love. What is the deal with Twitter and people not retweeting others? Like, and usually it's not the big time people. It's like the people like, dude, like the way that you get love is you show love. Maya Angelou, her son came to her and said, I don't have any friends. And she told him, in order to get a friend, you must be a friend. And I am a friend. Totem Pole Nation is a friend of BYLT. Man, I'm Johnny Bottles. You know about the beverage industry. How cool is that this company and that owner retweeted Totem Pole Nation just because we showed love?
That's very cool. That's fantastic. Um,
Dude,
Never skip a day. Look at that.
wow.
Never
Never
skip a
skip a
day.
day. I think
Never.
Coach Bald, this is right up your pipeline. You need to take your shirt off and start taking some pictures. Hey, Coach Bald, you know who's involved with this company? A guy named Whitney Reed that used to own Wolfgang's, and Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's involved with this company. So what do you see, Johnny Bottles, from your expert beverage um, expertise?
They've got two of the most popular flavors on the beverage market right now. Tropical Punch is always number one. They don't have an orange, which would be number two. However, watermelon in the beverage category in terms of flavors is in the top five. In the top five. So they got the punch, the watermelon, a variety pack with other flavors that you can't get. I see some sort of lemon lime, some sort of green.
Yeah, lemon lime.
On a
This.
bottle. Yeah, there's going to be a grape flavor somewhere, and there's a purple band which signifies a grape flavor or a berry. Electrolytes, BCAAs, antioxidants. I don't know what palatinose is. I can only imagine some sort of collagen-based enzyme that promotes joint health. So it looks good.
There you go.
Looks
I
delicious.
can see
She likes it.
Flake Tea. I can see Taylor Moreland. I can see Coach Bald. Now, maybe they don't want me promoting with my shirt off because nobody would drink it. But Coach Bald, BYLT, buddy. Check it out, man. Look at that. Look at all those colors.
Look at all the flavors
I've always
there.
wondered, Johnny Bottles, why is there
Yes,
not, because I love watermelon, and there's nothing like the water that comes out of watermelon. Why are there not more drinks that's like watermelon? I don't get it. Why is that?
I'll tell you why. Because watermelon is a natural sugar. And naturally producing sugars, a lot of these companies won't put it in drinks because it's expensive. They can just whip up a whole bunch of chemicals, artificial sweeteners, and throw them in there. Plus, in the fitness market, with a drink like this, people don't want sugar. They want a sugar substitute. Sugar adds calories. Some say it turns to fat. So that's why you don't see a lot of sugar. Very hard to replicate some flavors without the real sugar in it.
I was looking what's in this stuff. The ORAC blend has green coffee extract, green tea extract, broccoli sprout, onion extract, apple extract, tomato, cinnamon. It's even got garlic, carrot, blackberry, raspberry. It's got spinach. I mean, it's got everything up in this junk, Coach Bald.
Plant-based aminos, yeah.
Sounds good.
It just tastes healthy.
Now, Johnny, since we have a specialist in the alphabet store, what would be your go-to first thing that you'd maybe mix that with if you were at a celebration? I'm thinking probably be a decent vodka.
It would be a great vodka drink. Yes, it would be.
Why? Because
a
it's
nice
sweet?
rum.
It's a fruit. Is it? Why would it be rum or vodka? Because it's sweet. You mix that with the sweet drink.
Because fruit flavors you generally want to mix with your lighter beverages, like your lighter liquors, like vodka, like a light rum, maybe a light tequila. Throw some of that in there. Oh yeah, nice summertime drink. Sitting out on the patio down here at the Bottles Bungalow, watching the dogs frolic in the midst, run around the pool, chase the wife. Got a little beef nitrate sitting on the grill, just frying away, just grilling away, and you suck down a couple of those BYLTs with some Svedka vodka, or maybe
Totem Pole
maybe
Nation.
dare I say it, some nice Blake moonshine mixed in.
Ooh, I like.
I'm telling you,
that.
God rest
We're onto
his soul.
something.
Coach Jimmy Rogers and my brother, they used to love. Now I don't drink. I haven't drank for over 20 years. Okay, and there's a reason for that because I would be in prison if I did. All right, my dad told me I was going to end up in the penitentiary, but they liked that V8 juice drink, the V8 tropical whatever, and then that white rum. You know what I'm talking about in the white bottle? They like to mix that.
Right.
Y'all know what that is?
White rum in a white bottle.
It's
Malibu.
It's like a Caribbean rum.
Malibu.
Like
Malibu.
Malibu and the tropical V8. They love that. Have y'all ever tried
that? Could be a good mix. Not the tropical V8. No, I've tried the tomato-based V8. I tried the red hot V8.
So
got a little spice
you're the
to it?
resident ABC.
Yeah.
My dad, he loved V8. Okay, I like tomatoes. I get it. All right, but why Bloody Mary?
Bloody Mary's a hangover drink. They always say, take a little bit of the hair of the dog that knocked you on your ass the night before. So people would do like a little sip of beer, a little sip of booze, just straighten themselves up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday when they just wake up hungover. What people would do when they had to have a quick fix, you would take, and this comes from, a lot of people think it's Russian. A lot of this is based on the Hispanic segment of our population. I'll tell you why in a minute.
Nice.
But anyway, you would take V8, maybe a little bit of Old Bay or a J.O. spice seasoning that you'd steam shrimp with or crabs. Some people would actually take a steamed shrimp if they had it around and peel it and drop it in with a stick of celery in their Bloody Mary, with the vodka, with the V8 tomato juice in there. You're getting all your vitamins from the V8. You're getting the salts and minerals that you lost from the night before, and you're getting that little kick from the booze just to level you off a little bit. But the Hispanic segment of society, when I mentioned that, they would take a beer, a glass, and fill it halfway up with beer and a chelada, and pour the V8 in there or Bloody Mary mix and drink it right down like that. I've done that before.
I've heard of that. Now,
don't do it with the spicy chelada.
Amen. I mean, man,
the spicy chelada.
You're a wealth of information. Now, I remember being a kid, and my grandparents were born in 1918 and 1912 or something like that. But I remember going to their house as a kid. I was born in 78, and they'd have an old bottle of V8 tomato juice in there. I mean,
that was big.
Pop culture, like, was drinking tomato juice big before V8, and who had that idea? Do you have any background information on V8? Because Coach Ball, do you remember being a kid and trying V8?
Yeah, I mean, at that time, it tastes just like the worst thing you could ever drink. It was like apple cider vinegar when you were a kid.
So what's the background, Johnny Bottles, to V8? Vitamin A?
Before V8, vitamin eight vegetables. 8 vegetables they ground up in a blender, basically, or in a juicer, and distilled it down into V8. That's what it was. The gimmick was you get all your antioxidants, you need all your vitamins, your required servings of
vegetables,
daily required servings of vegetables, all in one glass.
Because they probably didn't use big words like that.
Right. Knock it down quick and the worst is over. Go back to eating burgers and pizza. At least you drank something that had,
TV dinners.
Your TV. We used to eat TV dinners a lot too when I was a kid. They were cheap, quick and cheap. And you literally would sit there on a TV tray in front of the TV and eat your TV dinner. Swanson's TV dinners. But before V8 though, Hungry Man. Before V8 though, you had two choices. You had Hunt's tomato juice, or you had Mott's tomato juice. Mott's'. Mott's is a big name for applesauce, apple juice. They still make it, still in the market. So they've been around for years and years and years.
They took tomato juice and made it better because they said we're adding extra vegetables, and this is like, hey man, just go ahead and drink this now, and it's good for you.
Right, tomato juice is always good for you. However, with the added components of the other vegetables mixed in, it made it even better.
Yeah, the marketing, I mean, and the pop culture. I mean, I'm just thinking about like Andy Warhol. I don't think he ever did a V8, but I know he did a lot of that Campbell's soup cans and all that, and you're the resident pop culture expert. But I mean, today's talk, he said, is about basically love, right? Unconditional
love.
Yes. You accept somebody. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Just like when you love somebody, you love them for their good and their bad. Mm-hmm. You just don't love them for their good because you accept them for who they are. And nobody's perfect.
Right.
But one thing I want to share with Totem Pole is my friend Mike Spencer, who coached at St. Thomas Aquinas and Florida State and all kinds of different places. He told me, he said, Troy, how do you show somebody you love them? I was like, I don't know. He said, time and attention. And, they have the love languages and all that stuff. But what you show your time and your attention is what you love. And a girl told me a long time ago, and she won't even my girlfriend. And I just a guy. She said, Troy, you know where you can touch a girl and drive her crazy? And I was like, I don't know, but tell me. She said, her heart. Yeah, Johnny Bottles, her heart. And this, man, I was like, I guess that's what they say. Billie Jean ain't my lover. Yeah. What's that advice he says in that song?
Where the hell, Michael Jackson just did a run-in.
Yeah, I know. Out of nowhere.
There's some advice in that song about women and basically, not using them up. I mean, he's Michael Jackson, dude. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, who are the biggest playboys of all time? I mean, Michael Jackson, Prince, all the guys from Motley Crue. I mean, Elvis.
I don't think Michael Jackson was a. I don't think Michael Jackson was a playboy. You have to take him out of the equation. Prince was a player. He wasn't a playboy. But you're talking. Well, you're talking sports. You're talking music. You're talking.
I'm talking
everything in general.
About the goats. Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain. Oh yes.
Ric Flair.
Yes, his head counts. Ric Flair.
Magic
Yeah. They're all in. I think they're all in quintuple digits, aren't they? They're all in the tens of thousands.
I got a name I want to throw in there, and I haven't heard from this guy in a while, but I'm talking Tiger Blood, Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Living.
Is he still alive?
On those.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yes, he's got the best drugs money can buy, keeping him going, and he's living comfortably, man, on those 2.5 Men residuals. You imagine that? Making one TV show and having enough money to live off of. Even though you paid out money to all these hookers and all these women that came out of the woodwork and tried to say, he gave me HIV. He paid them all off. They're happy. They didn't have HIV. Just
hey,
here's some money, go away. Right. Tiger Woods was a playboy. Big time. I mean, what was it? Burt Reynolds. Don't forget the great Burt Reynolds.
Derek Jeter.
DeLuise. Captain Chaos. That is me.
Captain Chaos.
Hey,
if
he's Burt
Monday.
Reynolds.
If I come on here tomorrow, and you're wearing a cape and a black mask around your head, I'll lose my mind. I'll spill my coffee all down.
Could you be the crazy doctor?
You give me a hypodermic needle. Jack Elam was fantastic. Everybody remembers that guy from that one movie with the eye going that way. Yeah, Jack Elam was fantastic, man.
Yeah, son. Who were the two girls driving the car?
Oh, Adrienne Barbeau and
Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett or Cheryl Ladd?
I don't know, but clap them. Good job.
Well, wait a minute. They made two Cannonball Run movies.
Yeah.
I might have the women swapped.
Yeah.
But
Cannonball Run. Burt Reynolds. What woman didn't love Burt Reynolds?
Dude,
is he still alive?
No, he's gone.
Oh God.
He lived a long life, buddy. I think he died at 86, 87. Burt Reynolds obviously went. Yeah, he obviously went down to St. Pete Rejuvenate to live a long, productive life like that. And, when he had his arthritis, aches, and pains, I'm sure he went to, he called Cultivate Wellness and had a shipment shipped to his house for all of his aches and pains.
Man.
Because a man of that stature, of that age, I'm sure he had it. He walked with a cane at the end of his life, like like an 80-year-old man probably would. So...
This makes me think of something, Johnny Bottles. All right.
Hang on one second. Put a mental bookmark right there. I think I got a dog at the door. Hang on.
The Longest Yard. Okay, The Longest Yard was a wonderful movie, and they remade it, and that was a wonderful movie too.
Not time yet.
Joey Diaz made his debut in The New Longest Yard, but the two longest yards. We're football coaches. Mm-hmm. The two longest yards. Have you seen both of them, Johnny Bottles? And
yes, I have.
What are your thoughts?
The first one was vastly superior to the second one, although it was fun to see. It was fun to see a lot of like Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kevin Nash and guys like that in the second one. But the first one, it was just fantastic. I loved it. Man. I loved every minute of it.
Okay, here you go. The Blues Brothers were on a mission from God. Can you see the light? Yes, I can see the light. Why do they can't make that movie now? Can they? I mean, Blues
can't
Brothers,
make that movie.
1978, 1980. I mean, what? Tell me about the Blues Brothers. What's the story behind that? That was an SNL skit. They sang, and then it became a skit, a movie.
It's just an idea that they used on SNL that snowballed into an actual movie. And it was produced by Lorne Michaels from Saturday Night Live, the creative executive producer of Saturday Night Live, the guy who came up with the idea for the show. And It just snowballed. It was a pop culture phenomenon that caught on. The Blues Brothers, they were everywhere. Soul Man, Expressway to Your Love, Give Me Some Love, and they had like 3 singles. Oh, and who could forget Rubber Biscuit? Remember Rubber Biscuit?
I
Who could
remember
forget
Rubber
that?
Biscuit. Which one was Rubber Biscuit?
I have
They
to pull
sing
that
it in
up
the
for
movie?
you.
Yeah, let's
They
get a
did.
clip.
They'd sing it in a movie, and they sang it on Saturday Night Live, and it was part of their live show. It was a show where the background vocalist sang like "Sha Na Na," and then Aykroyd would come in and say, "I'm trying to think what he would say." He go. It would tell you what kind of sandwich he had, what he had for lunch or whatever, and then it would go into, at the very end of the song, what do you expect me to say? He roll his R. I can't do it. Rubber biscuit. Da 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 da. A lot of horn bass doo wop in that song.
Yeah, it's amazing.
The Blues
to think
Brothers,
about.
folks. For the young kids out there, hang on a second, Coach. For the young kids out there who don't know who the Blues Brothers are, look up any live performance of the Blues Brothers on YouTube, and you'll see how special they were when they performed live. It wasn't about how good they sang, Belushi sang, or how good Aykroyd played the harmonica as Elwood Blues. John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd were 2 supporting players on Saturday Night Live. And they did a musical skit, come out in black seersucker suits with black pork pie hats and black sunglasses. Aykroyd had a harmonica in a briefcase that was handcuffed to his wrist. And he made a big presentation of unlocking it and popping the harmonica out and then playing the harmonica. And he wasn't that good at it, but everybody loved him because he had all these players from Motown. Yeah, all these players from the Stax record company, from the Motown record company, guys who played on the original soul and R&B hits from the 60s. Those guys were in the Blues Brothers band. But anyway, if you see them performing live, it's like the first time you saw The Who or the first time you saw Led Zeppelin. It's about the presentation. The guitar players playing, the horn section's blasting away. Aykroyd was with a harmonica, dancing, by the way. He's tap dancing and playing the harmonica. And John Belushi, Jake Elwood, is doing cartwheels across the stage. It's one of the greatest live shows you'd ever want to see. It's so bad. Belushi was so bad he was good because he captivated you. You had to watch the guy when he performed. But anyway, I went on a little too long about that.
No,
very much so. You can't teach that.
Because
you can't teach charisma.
No, you can't. And like I think about John Belushi, and they say that back to love. I mean, when you love something, you'll do it for free. And Belushi came out of that improv school in Chicago, and later on, Chris Farley, followed in his footsteps, and the same dude that trained Belushi trained him, and like his mentor made the phone call and was like, I just found the next John Belushi. And it reminds me of other scenarios where, like, our guy from Air, when he meets Kobe, he's like, this guy, he's the next Jordan. It's like a point of reference.
Right.
Goats make goats. And, I mean, what do you think, Coach Bald? I mean, Tommy Boy, you love that. That was one of our favorites.
Yeah, man. When I first think of, the people that don't know the Blues Brothers and they don't know Mr. Belushi, the first thing I can think of is when they were singing in, I think it was the Country Western Bar, and they had like chicken wire up. And everybody in the bar is throwing bottles at them. And it is just awesome. They keep rolling with it. And I mean, at the end, like they are just so over. Like everybody is just loving them, and it was just, such a cool deal. That was the first thing I really remember. But yeah, those who don't know who he is, Animal House, he was on a whole nother level. I mean, you talk about one of the greatest movies, in my opinion, of all time. Watch that. I mean, it is just brilliant. Everything he does, from the food fight to my favorite part was when I think the guy's brother wrecked the car or something like that, and he was like, My advice to you
Is to
is to
start
start
drinking.
drinking heavily. That was that
Great
right there was just
line.
what a line that was, right?
Oh yeah,
Mr.
absolutely.
Karski,
I can't
zero
believe there he is.
point zero.
Great point.
Mr. Blue Karski, 0.0. What's the other guy's name? Hello.
Flounder.
That dumb and
That was
stupid.
Flounder.
Flounder was the guy, yeah.
Hello.
I can't believe I threw up in Dean Wormer's office. Face facts, you threw up one Dean Wormer.
Fat,
Remember
dumb,
he shot the horse?
Oh gosh, yes.
fat,
Yeah.
dumb, and stupid is no way to go through life. Life lesson. Man, you guys are fun.
What a
man.
great movie. People say the kids nowadays. I talked to my stepdaughter and my stepson one day when they were living at home. I said, let's watch Animal House. What? Let's watch Animal House. Was that a new movie? You never seen Animal House? No, we've never seen it before. They loved it. They thought it was hilarious.
Tell me about National Lampoons, because National Lampoons made Animal House. Then they went on and made the Family Vacations, which, I mean, the Clark Griswold. What was National Lampoons? Like, I never got that.
National Lampoon was a slick, very smooth paged, premium paged humor magazine. Think
Like
Mad Magazine cross with GQ. That was the vibe you got from. It wasn't newsprint like Mad Magazine. It was a slick magazine, high grade paper like GQ's printed on,
Okay.
like that. And articles, drawings, interviews with people that had a humorous spin. There was comedy writers. Comedy writers wrote articles for National Lampoon magazine. Bubba, get down. Come here. Had a run in by Bubba the Wonder Dog. There he
Is that a
is.
husky? Is that a husky?
That's a Klekai. That's a Klekai. That's an Alaskan Klekai.
Is that
That's a baby husky. That's as big as he gets. He's full sized. Yeah, that's as
Cloning
big
is
as he
the
gets.
best. Cloning is the best.
We're gonna clone you.
Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes.
There'll be
Look at
three
that.
of you running the show. Yeah.
Look at Coach Ball there. That's a Rottweiler. I tell you,
Is that what
Triumph.
Triumph the Rottweiler.
The dog,
Oh,
man. What was it?
yeah.
Triumph, what was his name? The what dog? Triumph,
Triumph, the insult comic dog.
Oh my gosh. Wasn't he the best? Who was that guy?
That was Robert Smigel. He was a writer from Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
And they did vignettes with Triumph going out in the real world on Saturday Night Live. And then when he left Saturday Night Live, they became a writer for Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
He was on the Conan O'Brien show all the time. If you've ever seen a segment on Saturday Night Live where it says TV Funhouse, it's animated like a little cartoon clip with
Yes.
celebrity voices. He was
Yes.
behind that. That was his segment on the show also. He would write
Wow.
that. And he would do a lot of the voices. Like Schwarzenegger, he would do Schwarzenegger and all that stuff.
I mean, just thinking about comedy, and everybody likes different type of comedy, dude. But I tell you, somebody that I've liked ever since he was Ollie G. Dude, there's something about pranking people. There's something about people who think they're smarter than others that that basically someone proves they're stupid. Like Candid Camera was reality TV, but like Borat, Ollie G, whatever the other names of Sacha Baron Cohen, like, dude,
Right.
they pushed the envelope of comedy. Like, talk about that, man. Like someone like Sacha Baron Cohen, like.
Well, he did the first Borat. And then he basically ruined it because not many people knew who he was. And when he was all done up in the Borat mustache and wig and all that, maybe that wasn't a wig because he does have a mustache.
Yeah.
Maybe he grew the mustache out and just teased his hair up or whatever. But anyway, I digress. Not many people knew who he was, so he could go out and pretend that he was a guy from a foreign country who was socially inept and awkward, and people fell for it.
I mean,
Ali G was a different thing altogether.
The Ali G, I mean, he was the best, man. And
Right.
then to come into America, like, or whatever he did, This Is America, where he's pranking all those people, dude.
Yes.
I'm falling out laughing. Like,
You know that movie Bohemian Rhapsody,
yes,
the Queen biography? He
Yeah.
was the front runner. In fact, he was the third pick to be Freddie Mercury in that movie.
he's too tall.
And they even developed a script, and they had meetings and all that, and they did dry reads. However, he wasn't too tall. They didn't care about that. He wanted to make it more gay.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to have more of Freddie Mercury's dalliances that he had in the past and make him look like he was very, very what's the
It
word
was a
I'm
great
looking
movie.
for? Promiscuous. More promiscuous than he was in real. Yeah, it was a good movie.
More promiscuous than in the movie. I mean, good gosh, but hey, it was a great movie. And I mean, I never knew his parents were Zoroastrians. I mean, that was
Freddie
amazing
Mercury?
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coach Bald. I never knew he was Persian. Coach Bald, you loved Bohemian Rhapsody, the song, because the first time we ever heard it, maybe you did, but I wasn't cultured. My dad listened to George Jones. You know, he stopped loving her today.
Great song.
Wayne's World, Bohemian Rhapsody, like that brought it to us. Like, what year was that, Johnny Bottles? Coach Ball, do you remember that? The Wayne's World, the Bohemian Rhapsody.
That was 81?
Yeah.
Was that 81 or was it later?
I was born in 78, so our generation didn't even know that song until Wayne's World. You know? Maybe it's our job,
I'm looking up Wayne's
Johnny
World right
Bottles,
now. Yes.
to bring that to this generation, some of the stuff that they missed out on. So what would that be like? Probably, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? They don't even know about it.
Wayne's World was 1992. I just looked it up. That's when it came
92,
out.
the song came out, so 10 years apart.
Well, the song came out. Bohemian Rhapsody was on the album in 76. That was one of the first albums I bought. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I used to buy singles all the time. Night of the Opera. Well, I like two of those songs on there. Let's try it. And I heard a bunch of songs from the, being played on album rock radio. And,
Hey,
I like that.
I got to go, y'all. Y'all keep it rolling. I love y'all, man. Y'all the best.
Take care, Coach.
All right, boss.
I almost pressed in broadcast. Sorry. Y'all keep it going.
Don't do that.
Force of habit.
Y'all are better without me, man.
Come on now.
Yeah. I'm the low man on the totem pole.
I'm just a little piece of dandruff.
Get him some up downs for me, Coach. Give him some up downs for me. Get some character going. But funny story, Johnny, is my first actual job where you punched in type deal. Like I worked for family for several years when I was very young, up to about teenager age. But first job where I actually clocked in was at Paramount Kings Dominion there in Doswell, Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Ride right past it off of 95. I know you know that route.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I was a cotton candy man. So I would walk around the park, cotton candy, right, here, right, here, right, yeah. And I just had that voice, man. You could hear me from a mile away. And plus I had the height. So kids would always try to jump, and they couldn't grab a cotton candy for me. So it was a great job. But I remember one of the rides in the theme park that was so popular was from that movie. It was the Hurler. The Hurler was the name of the ride there, dedicated to Wayne's World with Paramount's Kings Dominion.
Right.
Heck yeah.
I like how they tied that in, yeah.
Hey, man.
Nice.
It was weird how that happens sometimes. But can you pull stuff up? You can pull stuff up for me?
Absolutely. What do you want to say?
Pull this up for me if you could. CAC and wrestling, and see what pops up. I want to give a shout out to my guys. I don't know if anybody saw it, but one of our favorites, one of the Killer Bees, B. Brian Blair. He's one of the head dogs over there, and they just do so much special stuff for wrestlers. They didn't have very good insurance deals back then.
Right.
Yeah, check that thing out, man. They have a big deal coming up.
August 28th to August 30th, Plaza Hotel and Casino, 1 North Main Street, Las Vegas, Nevada. You can Buy your reunion tickets right there. Go online, become a member if you're had anything to do with the wrestling industry. And speaking of B. Brian Blair, look at this back surgery this guy had.
Wow.
Wow. They
Wow.
cut him from stem to stern. Got the implant in there to stimulate his nerves. What a surgery that was. Folks, if you think professional wrestling's fake, well, it's predetermined, of course, but these guys really did put their lives on the line. Look at that. Oh, that's a drain. I thought that was a electric wire coming out of there. That's a drain from the wounds. See the IV drip line? Interesting. Very interesting.
And
That man
you,
look what he put himself through. Good Lord.
if you could too, I believe they got a mission statement on there. If you could read that, man, just so everybody knows what these guys are doing and just how special of an operation this is. This is something that, all of the corporations, all the big wigs should have been doing a long time ago.
The CAC, the Ring of Friendship, the Cauliflower Alley Club is a pro wrestling's only 501c3. I guess that's the certification of being a non-profit corporation. Thanks to generous people like you, we're able to assist many people from the wrestling industry who have helped entertain us for so many years. Every one of our CAC leadership team members donate their time to raise money to help former full-time wrestlers who are in need. Over the past 22 years, our benevolent fund has helped many wrestlers, with most of the donations going towards either medical payments or death expenses. The CAC has assisted more than 150 members in financial need with well over $250,000. Phenomenal, phenomenal. That's pretty good for a club that had $10 dues for the first 30 years and $25 dues since. The only way all of that could have happened is through the generosity of each of you. As a member, you help support those in need, and I cannot tell you enough how much that means to many of the people that we've helped. We're not a source of income, but we're there to help when someone is truly in need. And speaking of income, we donate money in the form of a cash grant, which means it's a gift, non-income, or a loan from the very beginning. We agree to never reveal the names of those we have helped unless they gave us permission to do so. Our purpose was not to make ourselves look good, but simply to help those in need. In turn, several of those we've helped have told us that they would be honored to have us use their names to help promote the benevolent fund. A few of those include Bobby Heenan, the great Bobby the Brain Heenan, Brickhouse Brown, Ox Baker, the scary man from the north, Ox Baker, Kamala, the Ugandan giant, who had several surgeries. He was a diabetic. He lost both legs at the end of his life, and his health really took a downturn. He was a big man. Don Fargo and Jerry Gray. The CAC, the Cauliflower Alley Club, is your club. And your membership and donations will continue to help our brothers and sisters in need. We thank you for that. And they even have a mission statement to financially assist those in the wrestling industry that have fallen on difficult times. Their oath is, I will adhere to all CAC bylaws and principles and promise to do so what is in the best interest of the CAC with integrity, kindness, humility, and gratitude to all of our members, peers, past associates, and honorees as we conduct ourselves with these principles to all. Words to live by, folks. Words to live by. They unconditionally love those who came before and put their bodies on the line and fallen on hard times. Good stuff.
Amen.
Good stuff.
Amen. And man, with that being said, man, I want to plug my guy here. I don't know if you can see the shirt here, but
There he is.
yeah, my big brother right here.
Fidel
Check out the
Sierra
back.
of Fantasy.
Check out the back. Can you read that?
What legends are made of? Yes.
Yep. Big shout out to him. I know he had some choice words for the guys, but
Yeah, that's okay. Everybody's got an opinion.
He's what? There you go, man. He's tuning into you guys, and whether it's good news or bad news, man. I think that's very positive. And yeah, I'm super proud of him. He was one that came in to the clinic, and we have it's definitely helped him get back to where he wants to be. And I'm super proud of him because, we talk daily, and he tells me things that are going in his book that are just unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. It's so
Wow.
hard to keep it. It's so hard to keep it to myself. You know what I mean? But hey,
Uh-huh.
that's unconditionally. You know what I mean? That's my guy, and he says it's between us. Nobody will ever hear about it. You know what I mean? And I'm super proud of him because he hit me up yesterday, and we talked about the Abdul the Butcher and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But what he's doing is he's doing this number right here. He is cranking it back up. He is eating better. He is hitting the gym. We talked about just the other day. I don't know if you saw it, Johnny, but Al Snow posted a picture at 60 years old. I mean, looking rock solid, in great shape.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Oh
that's
yeah.
where he's trying to get to. He wants to make one more run at this thing. He wants to do a Cuban assassin last run. And for those that don't know him, I mean, he was probably at his most infamous. I would say infamous would have to
Mm-hmm.
be his run over in Puerto Rico, or when he was in Portland. Don Owens, him as
Right. Right.
Top Gun, him as Fidel Sierra had an amazing run at both of those. Those two alone make him a first ballot Hall of Famer. And yeah, I'm super
Mm-hmm.
proud of him because he is getting after it every single day. He has changed his life, and he is getting after it. You can't let age or a number or anything hold you back. You got to go full throttle, and that's what he's doing right now. I'm super proud of him. He's got some events coming up, and he's going to let us know. And yeah, man, we're gonna keep promoting him because his stories are legendary. I'll just tell you one right here, Johnny. First guy he
Okay.
ever wrestled was Freebird Buddy Roberts. How about that? First wrestling match. I want to say
Wow.
76 or 78. Yeah. Yep.
That's a name from the past, Buddy Roberts. What a character he
Yeah.
was. Just the stories about Buddy
Fabulous.
Roberts was
Yeah, man. About his
some of the stuff he
bag
would
and
get into.
stuff.
Good Lord. Driving
Yeah.
down the road with drinking a 12 pack and like a gun hanging out the window, shaking your gun at other wrestlers and stuff like that, and fans are in your way. It's just crazy, man. Buddy Roberts was whew, he was a character. And all his friends said he was a character.
Yeah, amen. But yeah, we got. I know today also Women's World Cup is starting. Also, the NFL running backs. Man, just pay those guys. They take a beating. Some of my favorite running backs of all time got to be Sweetness, Walter Payton,
Mm-hmm.
Barry Sanders, Adrian Peterson. Those guys just ran like their hair was on fire. How about you,
Right.
Johnny? Who are your favorites? I know you had some guys. You grew up in the golden era, 70s, man. You got to see Zonka, Riggins. Oof.
Oh yeah. Butkus, Unitas, Broadway Joe. They were my guys. I loved them. I love the stories about their personal lives. I love what they would do on the field. It was fantastic stuff. They were bigger than life. Bigger than life. Not like nowadays with social media. A lot of guys are afraid to, I guess, express themselves because they've always got a camera around. People are always whip out the cell phones when they're in public. Back in those days, you could do a lot, you could say a lot, and get away with murder. But somehow it always found its way into the hands of a reporter. You always saw print stories about what they would do. Larger than life characters, man, they were great.
Yeah, without a
They were
doubt.
great.
Yeah, that was good stuff. I guess we'll just kind of wrap this thing up if you want. I want to give a big shout out to my TT Annabelle in Panama. It is her birthday. We love you, TT. Hola, mi amor. Hola, mi amor. I always come in the house singing when we're over in Panama, and they love it. Funny, quick story, man, is we went over there first time I ever met them. and I got like sunburned. It was a type deal like this, Johnny. Went over there, and just completely forgot to buy a tanning lotion. And I mean, you're right there by the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so we go into a store, and I mean, they want to give me a bottle this big for like $80. Because who's going to need tanning oil over there? Everybody's from there. They know they know. You know what I mean? And so
Mm-hmm.
decided not to buy some. First day, went out for about 30 minutes by the pool. Was really red, and no problem. Next day, woke up tan, and hung out at the pool for 45 minutes. Was really red. Next day, woke up tan. Then I decided to push the envelope. I went about an hour, 30 minutes. And I mean, I was as red as it gets. And we show up over there to their house, and both of them, my TT and my Yaya, both they're talking Spanish so fast I thought I was on fire. The next thing I know, TT runs downstairs. She's got a machete, and she's just whacking away at a tree. And then they sit there and they make me have my shirt off, and I'm doing this number, and both of them are just lubing me up. And I mean, man, I don't know what a king feels like, but it had to be similar to how I was feeling that day. But they lathered me up, and the next day, man, I was golden brown. I looked like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It was such a cool thing. So, yeah, I want to give her a special shout out, and our sponsors as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cultivate Wellness. Check those guys out. Their website's got all great information. They can ship it right to you, right to your doorstep. So that's a beautiful thing. And a big shout out to St. Pete Rejuvenate. The IV hydration therapy is phenomenal this time of year. That sun is brutal. So yeah, get with us. And if you got parties that you're going to be doing, might be good to get that IV hydration before the party, so there won't be no hangover remedy, and you won't need that V8 juice the next day. But what else you got for me, Johnny?
Nothing here at the Bottles Bungalow. We're just going to be taking the dogs to the vet and finishing cleaning the pool. That's about it. That's all I got going on.
Hey man, I've got to do the same thing. I got to make a pool run as well. So, but yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in, Totem Pole Nation. Go immediately to Twitter. Follow Johnny Bottles. All right, follow Coach Bald. Follow Totem Pole Nation. Follow the crew. We love you guys. To the next episode.